I like to ride motorcycle, I like to ride scooter. And so there was one time when I was riding a mountain road, a 4-hour drive. And on top of that mountain, there was a coffee. And I also like to drink coffee from time to time. After riding the bike there, looking forward to have like the first coffee at half of the journey. And then I was standing there at this terrace in the middle of the jungle, standing there with a coffee cup, looking down at the valley, which is the jungle, and seeing the monkeys jumping around there. That for me was such a moment I remember where something shifted a little bit, where I would really say that was the time I felt again how I arrived. There was nothing to want in that moment. It was the realization in a way. Yeah, and then this internal smile comes out. It's like the heart starts to laugh. From inside, it's like, it feels really joyful. These are like moments that sometimes pop up over and over again. And what all of them I think have in common is there is something about arriving in the moment. The past, you don't know the past is there. The future, there are no thoughts about the future. You just arrive. You just arrive and realize, what if that's it? There's no wanting anymore. It's full already. The fullness has entered your perception. You have realized it's full right now already. And so this is a very, very special feeling that I don't know if I would call it happiness, but it is a very, very fulfilling moment. So these moments of fullness, of being fulfilled, sometimes these moments you have in a partnership when it's really, really fulfilling. The only problem is you have that moment, but it's based on a condition. It's outsourced to your partner. So with the partner, you have it. Without the partner, it's gone. So that again, it means something outsourced. So therefore, it's nice to be able to have this type of relationship, but it would be even better if you find the answer to that state of being by yourself completely. And then whoever accompanies you, it doesn't matter. Stop making too concrete plans and ideas how your life is supposed to look like. Let's just imagine we plan everything into detail. You plan it so well that actually you know already where you are going to be in 10 years. What's the point of waiting 10 years long, knowing already what's going to be the outcome? Like, you know right now already what's going to await you in 10 years. It's pointless. There is something completely missing that we humans are able to tap into. And this means sometimes that spontaneous things is what is adding the salt, that is adding the spices into it. If everything would be planned, let's put it like this, it's boring. I think it is the balance, a personal balance, or people need to find for themselves about, I am determined, I commit to something, I give my life a direction. Let's put it like this. You give a direction, but what appears along the way, walking towards the direction, this is you're open to. It's a kind of combination. It's not that you like freely float around in all directions, no. You are committed, you have a goal, that one is fine. But along this way, there is still something about spontaneity, there's still something about being able to adapt, being flexible, and also to sometimes immerse yourself into something that inside of your plan just wasn't there at the point of planning. Is that structure and the pattern of you are never enough of where you are. There is always something more. There was a time we had no mobile phones. It came out, of course there was time we wanted to have it. We did everything, we went to work, we earned the money, you got it. You got it, it didn't last. You looked for the next thing for achieving. You look for the next trophy to get again. You got the trophy, not enough. It's going to collect dust, you need the next one. So there I see there is a pattern. The pattern of how to spend your lifetime running after achievements and running after trophies that at the end of the day going to collect dust. You're going to not take them with you wherever you're going to go when you pass away. It's maybe part of how you can spend your lifetime is not fulfilling. And this is the moment where then maybe some people talk about spirituality, a higher sense, a purpose. This is where then it came to me, where I started asking myself questions. What is it essentially I would like to do with this lifetime that has been given to me? It's not about knowing. It's not about knowing there are patterns. It's not about knowing this is good, this is bad. It's about, you know it, what you're going to do with it. What is your human expression with the knowledge that you have just attained in this lifetime? Everybody knows smoking too much is not good. What you're going to do with it? And this is where this practice comes in. Because it's hard, we need to practice. Because you cannot just like jump in the ocean and then start swimming. If you've never done it before, you're just going to drown. So what you're going to do? Step by step, train, practice, grow in confidence, grow in skill. And what's the advantage of it? A big threat is being taken off from your life. A big threat of just like going in the ocean and drowning. Instead of drowning even, you will start to realize how nice it probably even is to simply be in the wide, wide ocean, free. There's something special about it, but only if you have the skill. Without skill, it's like deadly. It's not the ocean that is the danger. The danger is that you are putting yourself in situations, into life, without proper skills. How much real energy, real effort, real discipline have you put into your daily life in order to get to those 100 push-ups? And this is the whole idea about what is it? Skill. You don't get skill as a present in this lifetime. You might get a talent, you might have a gift coming to this world, maybe from your parents, maybe from another source. You are gifted with something. But if you don't cultivate that gift on a regular basis, even that gift will just dissolve. And therefore, skill means there is some continuity to it, and there is the conscious investment of going through hardship. Because why can't you do the 100? Because you have never forced yourself pushing through your limits. When your muscles started hurting, you already stopped. Yeah, that's why you go to the point where it's burning, you get used to the burning, and next day you continue. So there's something about hitting the limit and step by step overcoming it. So, and this is where like this relation for me from the physical martial art practice, taking it back to how to build a proper, purposeful, fulfilling lifetime. I think it is very much related upon skill. How skillful are you walking through this lifetime? And the more skillful you are, the more beautiful, the more easy, the more playful, the more enjoyable you can walk through it. This is like the whole analogy, how I can maybe express it. If you want to go deep in something, time is necessary in how much you're spending with something, but at the same time, it's also your ability to observe. I also witnessed quite a lot like feeling inside the people. The mind sometimes I feel is not there. They are physically at a very beautiful place. Physically they are there, but the mind seems absent. Because apparently the mind and the body is nothing which naturally is regarded as being together. And this is the result of why? Because sometimes of the system. Because you continuously look and search for something which is not here right now. So what does it mean? It means body is here, but your mind is looking for something. And if you don't pay attention to this, it can just manifest and express itself in exactly such things. You find yourself actually in a place which is super beautiful, which is offering everything that you need, but you are not going to recognize it because your mind is a step already again ahead of it. And if this type of pattern, if this type of habit and conditioning you don't realize about yourself, I really think you're missing some essential part about living this lifetime. which is about the enjoyment of what you have. So does it mean I should always enjoy just what I have at the moment without ambition? No. Again, balance. Work for things you like to have, do the work in order to get it, but observe yourself at the same time when it comes, when it enters your life. Do you still have the ability to really forget everything else and just enjoy what you have? There's something about balance there. It's really helpful, and especially it doesn't cost anything. This is the best part about all of these sharings and teachings, that it only depends on your perspective. Everybody already has his or her own perspective. But the more perspective you have, the more possibilities, the more choices you have. At the end of the day, you are the one, it's your life. You decide and you take the consequences. If sometimes in this lifetime you feel I'm stuck somehow, why? Why are you stuck? Because you continuously try to move forward with the old patterns that also haven't worked the last 10 times. It's time for a new perspective. The seniors are very highly regarded, the parents, the grandparents. Why is that? Of course, they come from another generation, yeah, but doesn't mean that their thoughts are outdated. So it's good. Father, mother, what do you think about this and that? It's not that you have to do it like this, but it helps me also to understand the world from other people's perspective. Then it just widens my horizon. That's what it does. And at the end, I see the situation from this angle, from that angle, from that one, from that one, from that one, from that one. So that means I see many perspectives. This is why I probably see many more solutions. And then at the end, I choose the one which I think is appropriate for what I can do, and also which consequences, and they will come. Every decision will have a consequence. The question is, can you live with it or not? Is it good or is it bad to do this and that? I don't think about good or bad. Nothing is ultimately good and nothing is ultimately bad. Let's just say, for an example, this idea of yin and yang, small and big, high and low. So those two fingers, if that one right now is considered small and this one is considered big, what I just said before, there is nothing ultimately good, there is nothing ultimately bad. Nothing is ultimately small, nothing is ultimately big, because it depends on relation. In this constellation, that one is the small one, that one is the large one. In this constellation, it just shifted. So it's not right to say that this one is always the big one. It's not true. Only in this constellation it's true. Same now goes for nothing is ultimately good, nothing is ultimately bad. It depends on in which relation to what. Based on this thinking, it's not useful for me to judge the world by this is good, by this is bad. So therefore, how to take decisions? Based on consequence. Whatever you do, it's gonna bring out consequences. And you decide if you are able to live. That's it. This is what you base your decision on. Is it good to do this or not? Is it bad to do this or not? I don't know. What's the consequence of this and what's the consequence of that? Which one of these two you prefer to live with in the future? That one you take. It's an individual choice. There are people who have the luck, who for themselves, they just tap into their intuition. They follow their gut feeling or they follow their heart. Sometimes you have people like this, they never